Labrīt! Honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, it's always great pleasure to be here in Riga. You don't have to be worried because I'm absolutely sure you are really very well prepared for your EU presidency. 1 year ago, almost to the day, the world witnessed the first known digitally signed agreement between governments. You may remember that this was between Estonia and Finland for the common development of e-services. I was especially proud to sign this agreement on behalf of Estonia with Jyrki Katainen. I am pleased to see something similar happening today in Riga between the IT associations of Estonia and Latvia on developing digital cross-border services. And again using e-signatures, of course. It's a great example for Europe of what we can do, how we can work together digitally to promote information and communication technology. I'm a firm believer in promoting e-society and e-government. From experience in this area in my own country, I know two things. Firstly, that they work. And secondly, that they are good for people and business alike. They are a natural advance in line with technical progress. I also believe that all Europeans should have the skills they need to get ahead in the digital age, which is constantly evolving. It would be almost impossible to imagine life today without the internet or digital technology. They are essential. We now depend on the digital world. From commerce to communication, entertainment to education to energy. For every kind of business, online tools offer a fast, flexible alternative. While it is difficult to assess the number of people, young and old, who own a smartphone, that figure is now in the billions and rising. Without online access or email, business would slow down, if not grind to a halt. So far, so obvious, until you start hitting barriers. And when you have barriers to digital, you also have barriers to prosperity, progress, and jobs. Today, a small business trying to expand across the EU has to battle with 28 sets of rules for consumer protection, data protection, contract law, tax rates. Consumers trying to buy online face endless barriers. You have probably suffered these. I certainly have. When you are outside your own country and unable to watch a favorite film or download the latest MP3. Blocking content on the basis of location or residence is just not acceptable. Thanks to barriers like these, there is a lack of dynamism in our internet economy. We are losing out on opportunities while some of our rivals forge ahead. There is no lack of ideas or creativity. Europe is full on entrepreneurship. Mostly, the problem comes down to fragmentation of the market. This holds EU companies back and creates a drag on European competitiveness. Look at its effect on online purchasing. Almost half of people in the European Union buy online. but fewer than 1 in 8 do so across borders. No wonder, given the barriers that people face. But I do believe we can solve many of these problems, not overnight, because such a quick fix doesn't exist. What we need now is clear long-term thinking to stimulate Europe's digital environment, to minimize legal uncertainty and create fair conditions for all. My first task as Vice President is to develop a strategy for removing the various obstacles in order to create a connected digital single market for Europe. I'm already working on this with a group of fellow commissioners whose various areas of responsibility touch on digital matters. Our timetable is ambitious. In the later part of Latvia's EU presidency in 2015, the Commission will present its strategy and prepare the steps to be taken. There are several areas to focus on. Building trust and confidence in the online world, for example, is a top priority. I started my speech today by mentioning the digitally signed agreement between Estonia and Finland. That agreement would never have happened if there had not first been trust and confidence between our two countries about online security. You have to have this trust if the full value of the digital environment is to be utilized. In particular terms, this means moving further on consumer rights, simplifying and modernizing rules for online purchases and digital products, concluding negotiations on data protection rules and cybersecurity. Another area of work will be about removing restrictions and preventing new ones from appearing. Apart from stopping online consumers being blocked because of their location or residence, this will involve reforming and modernizing copyright rules and getting rid of unjustified curbs on transfer and access to digital assets. Other areas of work will aim to guarantee online access, connectivity, and investment to build the digital economy and make the digital single market matter to businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, the digital economy is growing at 7 times the rate of the rest of the economy. Much of the growth has been fueled by broadband internet. Today's development of high-speed networks is having the same revolutionary impact as the development of electricity and transport networks had 1 century ago. Connectivity is key, because online activities will not happen without it. That is why the European Union will continue to invest in broadband. We also want to make it easier for the private sector to invest by removing barriers and making use of better regulation to stimulate the digital economy. Efficient rules, minimum burdens for business and consumers, high-quality services across pan-European markets. And above all, effective competition. This is linked with consumers being able to switch service provider and to have proper choice in a vibrant open market. It's about giving people and businesses the freedom and a fair chance to take advantage of the great opportunities offered by the internet. After all, digital technologies drive innovation. They make a major contribution to economic growth and productivity in all business and industrial process, from production to marketing to sales. They can help to boost Europe's wider economy and also create many new jobs. My aim is to make sure that Europe, its citizens and businesses, get the best of the online world in the safest and most open environment possible. That means openness and opportunity, not obstacles. This is a great opportunity to make Europe dynamic and digital. We should make the most of it now. Thank you for your attention, and I wish you a successful conference. Paldies!